Ever found yourself juggling multiple online businesses, side hustles, or even just wanting to keep your personal and professional finances completely separate? And then the question pops into your head, can I have more than one PayPal account? It's a valid question, and one that many people ask. After all, PayPal is a giant in the online payment world, used by millions for everything from buying groceries to sending international payments. So, it makes sense to wonder if you can have multiple accounts to manage different aspects of your financial life. Before we dive into the answer, let's think about why someone might even want multiple PayPal accounts. Imagine you're a freelancer who also runs an e-commerce store. You might want to keep the income from your freelance gig separate from the revenue generated by your online store. This makes accounting and tax preparation much easier. Or perhaps you have a personal account for everyday transactions and want a separate business account to maintain a professional image when dealing with clients. Another scenario could be managing finances for different projects or even for family members with their consent. Maybe you handle the online payments for a community group or a charity. Having a separate PayPal account could simplify the process and ensure transparency. So, the big question, is it allowed? The short answer is yes, but with some important caveats. PayPal's official policy generally allows users to have more than one account, but they must be for legitimate purposes and comply with PayPal's user agreement. You can't just create multiple accounts for no reason or to try and game the system. Now, here's where things get a little more specific. PayPal distinguishes between personal and business accounts. You can have multiple personal accounts, multiple business accounts, or a combination of both. However, each account must have a unique email address and, ideally, be linked to different bank accounts or credit cards. This is crucial. You can't link the same bank account or credit card to multiple PayPal accounts. Doing so is a red flag for PayPal and could lead to account limitations or even closure. Think of it like having multiple wallets. You wouldn't keep all your cash and cards in just one, right? Using different funding sources for each account helps PayPal verify your identity and prevents fraudulent activity. It also makes it easier for you to manage your finances and keep everything organized. Let's explore some best practices if you decide to have multiple PayPal accounts. First, use strong, unique passwords for each account. Don't reuse the same password across multiple platforms, especially for financial services. This is a basic security measure, but often overlooked. Second, keep accurate records of each account's transactions. This is essential for accounting, tax purposes, and resolving any potential disputes. PayPal provides transaction histories, but it's always a good idea to maintain your own records as well. Third, ensure all your information is accurate and up-to-date. This includes your name, address, phone number, and email address. Inconsistent or outdated information can raise suspicion and lead to account issues. Fourth, avoid using multiple accounts to circumvent PayPal's policies or fees. This includes creating accounts under false identities or using them for unauthorized activities. PayPal has sophisticated systems to detect such behavior, and the consequences can be severe, including permanent account closure and legal action. Fifth, if you're using multiple accounts for business purposes, make sure each business is properly registered and complies with all applicable laws and regulations. This includes having the necessary licenses and permits. Now, what are some potential pitfalls to be aware of? One common issue is accidentally logging into the wrong account. This can lead to sending payments from the wrong account or viewing incorrect transaction histories. To avoid this, be extra careful when logging in and consider using different browsers or browser profiles for each account. Another potential problem is managing multiple sets of login credentials. It's easy to forget passwords or mix up email addresses. Using a reputable password manager can help you keep track of your login information securely. Also, be aware of PayPal's fees. While having multiple accounts doesn't inherently increase fees, you'll still be subject to standard transaction fees for each account. So, it's important to factor these fees into your financial planning. Let's address a few specific scenarios. What if you want to close one of your PayPal accounts? The process is relatively straightforward. You simply log into the account you wish to close and follow the instructions in the account settings. However, make sure you've transferred any remaining funds and resolved any outstanding transactions before closing the account. What if PayPal limits one of your accounts? This can happen for various reasons, such as suspicious activity or failing to comply with their user agreement. If your account is limited, PayPal will usually provide instructions on how to resolve the issue. This may involve providing additional documentation or verifying your identity. It's crucial to cooperate with PayPal and provide any requested information promptly. Ignoring the issue or failing to respond can lead to further restrictions or even permanent account closure. So, to summarize, you can have multiple PayPal accounts, whether personal or business, as long as you have legitimate reasons and comply with PayPal's policies. Each account must have a unique email address and preferably be linked to different funding sources. It's important to practice good account hygiene, including using strong passwords, keeping accurate records, and ensuring all your information is up to date. Remember, using multiple accounts to circumvent PayPal's rules or engage in fraudulent activity is strictly prohibited and can have serious consequences. Always use your accounts responsibly and ethically. Having multiple PayPal accounts can be a useful tool for managing your finances, especially if you have multiple businesses, side hustles, or simply want to keep your personal and professional finances separate. Just remember to follow the guidelines and best practices we've discussed to ensure a smooth and hassle-free experience. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.